Hey guys, it's JXX21 here, and today I'm bringing you a video on the Traxxas Tmaxx 2.5. Now, in this video I'm going to go over some changes that I've made and modifications that I've done to this truck to, in my opinion, make it better performing. So, one of those changes includes installing 17mm hexes. The 17mm hexes will allow me to use standard sized tires, aftermarket tires from Proline, or rims rather, and they also allow me to put more power through this truck without having to worry about stripping the 14mm hexes. Now, if you've paid attention to your Tmaxx, if you own one, and you've taken the wheel off and the hex hub has happened to come off with the tire, and you've put the hex hub in the the steel hex hub inside the rim, you'll notice that it has a lot of play that really shouldn't be there. So I've decided to go with 17mm hexes, not only to standardize, but so I can put more torque through it and not worry about rounding it out. So currently I'm just using the old tires from my e-Revo. I don't have the other two because the e-Revo blew them up, but I have two, they work good, and I'm going to go with Talons, I believe, for all four corners, just because they're a good on- and off-road tire, and they're stickier than the stock ones, the Maxes, but the tread pattern is a lot better as well. So, on to another change that I've made. And for that change, I will need to open the receiver box. And as you can see, the receiver no longer has a case, and there is a servo. Now that servo, if we go underneath, is a second steering servo that I've decided to install. Now you can just go with a good quality servo servo. I forget the part number. But Servox has a servo that has about 380 ounce inches of torque, but it's $100. And if you're like me and don't have any money, you really don't have the money to shell out $100 just on a steering servo. So I already had a 2075. I bought two 2075s in a 2-pack on eBay for about $20. And then I got some linkage. It's still coming in the mail. It's the same linkage as it comes with this servo saver, the link here, and the whole bell crank assembly. And since the bell crank is symmetrical on both sides, if I were to take this skid plate off, there's the one bell crank has an arm that reaches out where this link connects to and turns the wheels. So I'm going to replace that with the one over here and just mirror this setup over onto this servo. Now, the reason that I decided to go this route instead of, the reason I placed it where I did, I placed it further in than what you would normally want to do, and that's because I can use the original hole for mounting the receiver box, which is right there. I just use a longer screw and drive it straight through the receiver box. And I made this hole in the chassis with a Dremel and some files. So I got a rough cut with the Dremel, and then I filed it to the proper size with the file, and you can still see aluminum dust and whatnot. But other than that, I also have another fairly large change for this truck that will lighten it a decent amount. Because that's another thing, this truck is really heavy, and it puts a lot of strain on the 2.5, and since the 2.5 it's a powerful engine, but it's not very powerful, I'd like to lighten the truck to get a little bit more life out of the 2.5, and also maybe get better performance and acceleration and whatnot. So, I won't give it away yet. I'll make another video, and in that video I'll also show, or I'll make a separate video, but yeah, I'll make a separate video for the servo, but that change will be happening fairly soon. It is, oh, what is it? It's January 18th currently, and the part should be coming on Friday, which is the 20th, along with the steering bell cranks and whatnot. So I'll get that installed, and then I'll also show you how to do this. I have another chassis, a spare chassis, that'll show you how to do the servo on, while still keeping it in the receiver box. You will need a Y harness if you don't have two channel ones, like I don't. I only have one channel one, so I need to get a Y harness as well. So I'll just pick that up at my hobby shop, local hobby shop. But I do have a change that'll lighten this truck up a little bit. I'll show you how to do that in another video. But other than that, that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys next time.